And, yeah, alright, looks like we're rolling. Okay, cool. So, well, first things first. You have been given a car.
Oh?
Yeah? Yeah, you got to keep the pickup.
Oh, I thought that someone else took the pickup.
No, the pickup went to you. I thought it did. Because you were the one driving it, I think, when we ended. Claremont didn't want the pickup. McMahon didn't need the pickup. And so I think it defaulted to Thomas. You could get rid of it.
I thought Christian's character took it.
No, Desmond doesn't need it. He's got a car.
Okay.
But you can sell it if you would like for just pocket change.
It didn't get seen by the cops at all, didn't it?
You're not sure.
Because that's the one that we took afterwards, so we should be in the clear with that car.
Probable. It is probable.
Then I'm going to keep the car, because I don't have a car.
By the way, it is a bad car. It's a shitty, rusted-out pickup. Do you have dice on you?
I do, and I should probably also get my character sheet out.
Okay, but anyway, so it's, what is it?
My dice are somewhere in this sea of junk.
You guys returned on Sunday the 23rd.
One of them.
And so it's probably the wee hours of Monday the 24th.
Okay.
When you pull back into D.C. having dropped off Claremont and McMahon. You're pulling into D.C., assuming you don't want to stop anywhere else in the meantime. At probably like 1 a.m. on Monday the 24th, 1983.
Yeah, I'll just go home. I don't think I have anywhere I need to go, and the guy told me to just go home and keep going to work. So.
Okay, so you're showing up to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Are you driving into work?
No, I'll take the bus.
All right, you're taking the bus.
I think just acquiring a car would be kind of sketchy.
All right. You're going to see a news report, right? Breaking news. According to a statement released by the FBI at 6 o'clock this morning, fugitive Desmond McMahon was apprehended at his home in Milwaukee, attempting to retrieve personal effects. He has made no statement and did not resist arrest. He has been charged with first-degree murder, breaking and entering, and vehicular homicide, along with a long list of other crimes. The Department of Justice has not yet released a statement on whether the trial will be held through federal or state courts. Our legal correspondent, Gene Peterson, suggests they are waiting to see if evidence of an interstate conspiracy manifests. More at 8.
I think this is probably a good thing.
Probably.
Because hopefully it takes the heat off of me, and also I don't think he was cut out for it anyways, after the stunt he pulled with the doorman.
If you're following the case, which I'm assuming you are, the trial date's going to be scheduled, and he's going to be sentenced to death by the electric chair. And he's not going to be executed for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, due process indicates that he at least 5 to 10 years before he actually gets killed. But he's currently sitting in a maximum security prison. Or actually, the trial's probably going on through the entirety of this downtime. But yeah, he's detained. He's gone. He's done. But anyway, you see this news report. You've taken the train in. And, this is pretty local. Like, Baltimore's not a long drive from D.C., so walking into your EPA office, everyone in your... What part of the EPA do you work for again? Do you remember?
It says I'm database management.
Management associate for the chemical pollution wing of the EPA.
And I'm pretty sure I mostly do, computer, IT stuff. Oh.
Walking into the cubicle, give me the name of one of your coworkers.
Harvey.
All right, so...
I always say the name Harvey.
Harvey is sitting back there in his chair. He's kind of the veteran of the office, right? He's been in the EPA since the The EPA is a newish industry, right?
I think you said it was
73 or 74.
10 years.
Yeah, so he was the first guy in your department, right?
Okay.
He's the first guy on this wing of the EPA.
He's the veteran.
He's not a manager, because he doesn't really like the position, but he's had years of experience working working in conservation even before the EPA, right? And he's like, you guys hear about those shootings in D.C. or in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Fucking nuts, man. IRS account dies a week ago. Suddenly, 2 other federal agents roll up to his house. What the hell were they even doing?
Who knows?
Yeah, drastic enough that they were willing to kill 2 police officers on the way out just to keep it quiet. Yeah. I hope they give both McMahon and that Montgomery fucker the chair. Well, what are your thoughts on it? You're awfully quiet, Skip.
You never know these days. Always something going on.
He's just going to say yeah and get back to his typewriter. And you're going to be clicking on your computer, and he's listening to his radio on, low volume the entire time, and he's going to say, everyone shut up, a couple hours later, and he's going to wind the dial up, and he's going to, blast his radio for everyone to hear.
Uh-oh.
Breaking. The FBI report that mere hours after the arrest of Desmond McMahon, Detective Montgomery Maverick, the second primary suspect of the Boston Heights shooting, has turned himself in. He has made no statement to the press, save for that he, quote, wants to cause no more trouble for anyone. The police have not yet been able to establish a motive for the break-in, which occurred at the home of former Internal Revenue Service accountant Clyde Bowman on Saturday evening. Although our sources suggest they are investigating a governmental blackmail conspiracy against Bowman, these claims are not yet substantiated. More at noon. And they're going to give a description of the remaining 2 suspects in the case, and it's going to kind of resemble you, but not in any way that poses a significant threat.
I'm also a pretty generic-looking guy.
Like, people are going to chuckle that, it could be Skip, he could be our shooter, right?
Whoa.
And they're going to move on from it. And you're going to be able to pretty easily, you're not going to be approached by police within the first week.
Okay.
But you're going to be able to melt pretty easily back into your normal life.
Mm-hmm.
All right, plan.
I'm going to continue as normally as possible.
I'm assuming, you're going to be rolling up to work, doing your 9 to 5, right? Not doing anything to jeopardize your job or
I was worried I might have to, move or something, since it's, so close to where I live. But it seems like, for now at least.
For now, at the beginning, you don't see anything linking you to the case, right? You're not going to be approached by any uniformed officers or anything like that, initially.
So, I was hoping to, in free time, where I would normally be, taking trips to MIT and working on my video game.
Sure.
Instead, I want to, do some research on some supernatural stuff. Now that he knows that it's real, he kind of wants to, hear out everybody.
So how are you going to be conducting this research?
So, I don't know how exactly it happened in the 80s, but I know it had to. Either in a newspaper or... I'll check the newspaper.
You want to check the newspaper? Okay, so I'll say that you're gonna, just pick up a local paper out of a shelf at a kiosk. You're gonna pay the 50 cents or whatever for that. I don't know what DC's local newspaper is, but
and I want to look in the ads section where anybody can put a little cheap thing in that they want.
Okay, you want to look in the ads section
and see if there's anything
You find an advertisement for a subscription magazine called Phenomenon X. And it's got a picture of a big X with some rays of light coming in from behind it. And it's going to say $50 reward for leads on stories of the creepy, the ghoulish, or the unnatural. And then it lists an address.
Oh, okay.
The address being place in York, Pennsylvania. It's an hour 15 drive from DC.
And I have a car now. Let's see. Oh, at the place where I picked up the paper, are there any copies of the magazine?
It's a subscription service. It gives a phone number. Call us. You'll provide us with either your checking or your credit card details, and we're going to mail you a magazine every week. You've never heard of this magazine before?
Phone call.
But it's not a nationally syndicated magazine. This is a print by order type thing.
Okay.
The ad is in a local paper, and it's a small black and white ad. This is not a major publication.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go to the address.
All right. On an odd Saturday, you're gonna head in.
Yeah, just whenever I'm not at work.
Okay. So are you what time are you planning on getting at the address?
What's a good time? Maybe 11 a.m.
All right. So you're gonna leave at 9:30. Just 90 minutes. And you're gonna... York, Pennsylvania is not a huge town, but it's not a small one. Population of about 30,000. Somewhat densely packed. It's got a decent-sized commercial area with 2 3-story tall brick buildings. It's an idyllic sort of Middle Eastern coast American town. Pulling up, you're going to see that this brick building, with a relatively new interior, has a large marquee with a big UFO kind of plastic thing jutted on the front, and it reads Roswell Comics at the front. And there's, a big Superman standing in the window. And the whole inside has, a Roswell, New Mexico alien conspiracy decor.
Yeah.
The whole thing has a whole, X-Files isn't around yet, but, an X-Files pastiche of, hazmat people are painted on the wall, and a little green guy is in the background with steeple fingers. It's all very tackily decorated.
So I'm really gonna have to, take whatever I hear with a grain of salt, I'm sure.
That's probably the case.
That's what I'm going into with this. There might be some
You're
truth
suspicious,
in what I hear.
Right? But there could be something to that little guy, right?
Yeah.
All right, so pushing your way in, you're gonna see that there's a guy in his mid-60s sitting there at the desk, somewhat overweight, wearing a T-shirt with Marvin the Martian on it, we'll say, firing his disintegrator ray. He is sitting there thumbing through the newest edition of what's an 80s comic series. You have any idea?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna Google 80s comic series, and he's doing whatever the first result is. He's reading Garfield Eats His Heart Out, published in 1983 by Jim Davis. He's a big Garfield guy. Okay. He's wearing one Garfield earring off of the off of the left side of his face. And so he's got like little tiny circle reading glasses and swept-back blonde hair and a ponytail.
Okay. How old did you say this guy was?
Mid-60s.
Okay.
He's kind of older. He's an older guy. Look his eyes up at you, and he's gonna like do a little nod and lean back down.
Okay.
The store is mostly empty, save for like a clerk in like an apron and like a polo with a little UFO on the right breast. He's just kind of moving comic books from shelf to shelf, like pretending to do something productive, but there's not much for him to do here.
Okay. So there's nobody in the store like to shop or sit around?
Well, there's let's say there's one man who's currently shopping in this store, looking at various little gray man figurines in a glass display shelf.
Are there any like posters or flyers or anything around for like events or such?
There's a couple posters for things like, I don't know, what would a local comic book club do? We'll say that there's a poster for a live reading of the first episode of Star Trek Script coming up on the 17th. And we'll say that way in the back there is what is very apparently a hand-painted poster for a local subscription magazine publication called Phenomenon X. But it's very apparent that he accidentally replaced one of the O's with an E and just kind of blacked it out with more background paint and then redid it in the green font.
Okay.
And then at the bottom, because he realized he forgot to put what he was advertising, $50 for stories leads on the ghoulish, creepy, and unnatural.
Okay. I guess I'm going to walk up to the guy, the older guy, and I'm just going to greet him. Hello.
Hi. Welcome to Roswell Comics. How can I help you? I'm Joel. I'm the manager.
I'm here to talk about I'm going to point to the poster, your little contest thing.
Oh. Kruger! And the stock boy, who's about 23, is going to peek his head from behind one of the shelves and say, "Oh, what's up, boss? We got someone here for your Ghost magazine." And he's going to clap his hands together thunderously. He's going to say, "We got a lead?"
This is the guy I wanted to meet.
And he's gonna walk up and stick his hand out, and he's going to say, "Brennan Kruger."
I'm Skip Thomas.
Skip Thomas, it's really good to meet you. You're here about the magazine.
I am.
You want to buy a subscription, or do you have a lead?
I might have a lead.
Oh.
But first I wanted to hear, have you gotten any other leads? Because I'm kind of interested in this stuff.
Oh, we've gotten a few leads. I suspect that we'll have enough to publish an actual issue of the magazine by this time next financial quarter.
There haven't been any publications?
We're a startup operation. I spent most of my seed money on... How did you find out about us?
In newspaper ads.
Let's go! Everything's coming up, Kruger, on local newspaper ads.
Yeah, I drove an hour to get here, actually.
Oh, you're committed. This must mean you have a really good lead. This is going to be great. We have had a couple other leads. I didn't start this magazine with nothing to go off of, right? But I don't want to talk too much about me. Do you want to step inside my office and we'll have a little discussion of your lead?
Yeah, sure.
And he's going to open a storage closet just to the side where he's set up like a little folding chair and like a wooden stool, much like the one I'm sitting on, where he has a notepad and a pen. That's his desk.
Okay.
And he's going to sit down in his folding chair, and he's going to realize you don't have a place to sit, and he's going to put his desk, the stool... Here, take a seat, and he's just going to use his lap to write.
Yeah, okay.
And there's a little, dripping pipe above him, just...
Nice place you got here.
Into a bucket. Thanks, the rent is real cheap. Gonna realize his pen is out of ink, and realize there's not another one in the room, and he's gonna leave the closet to go ask his boss for a pen, and then he's gonna come back, sit down, and begin writing. Okay, so, what have you got?
So... This isn't very alien. I know you have all your, the advertisement seemed very extraterrestrial-centered.
Everything, okay? The conspiratorial, the witchy,
the occult?
The occult! Yes, the occult. I love the occult. What do you have for me?
I may have seen a zombie.
A zombie? Alright, are you messing with me? Is this on a movie poster? Or are we talking a real bona fide resurrected
very bona fide.
Okay. Alright. How do I know you're not messing with me here? Because a lot of people like to pull a fast one on Kruger.
I have a lot of details. I think I have more details than someone could make up. But I don't have any pictures or anything.
And it is very clear from this guy's eyes that he wants to believe you really badly. And he's going to just be... He in his excitement doesn't realize that he's written without looking the word zombie 8 times on the notepad before he's going to go down to the next line. And he's going to say, okay, what else do you have for me? Okay.
So here I'm basically going to tell him the story of what I saw. But
really?
I'm going to lie a lot.
Okay.
So... I know that the Delta Green guy, I can't remember his name, does probably not want me to...
Derek Slaughter, your case officer?
Derek does not want me to talk about
Probably does not, no.
Everything occult, I'm going to tell the truth. But I'm going to change the setting to that I was on a hunting trip with my father. And that's why we had guns, because we were hunting. And we saw this zombie. She spoke, she did all the same basic stuff. I'm going to tell I'm going to tell the truth about the supernatural stuff, kind of. I'm going to,
Why don't you tell me the story?
Yeah, okay.
Give me the story.
I can do that.
You were out hunting. Okay. Armed. Did you manage to get a shot off on the zombie? Don't spoil it. You just tell me.
We were out hunting. Me and my father, we were in some woods. And we tripped over we found in the dirt a little amulet, and we got rid of it quick, so I can't remember exactly what it was like, but it was I think it was an orange gem on it, and there was some kind of occult animal symbolism on it.
Occult animal symbolism?
I think it was maybe a skull. I can't remember what animal it was though.
Huh. What do you mean amulet? What was it made of?
It had a gem. And it was on a rope. It was the orange. It was an orange gem. I don't know exactly what it was. Maybe
If Skip Thomas wants to tell the truth, he remembers it was amber.
Amber.
Or was it amber? Is that a gem?
I don't know.
Amber is a gem.
I want to say what it was. I don't remember what it was.
It is amber. I'll say amber is the truth. And by the way, the shape was a scarecrow.
It was a scarecrow.
So you're telling the truth on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was a skull. I did not pay much attention to that.
Okay. And what did this amulet do?
Well. We found that, and I'm just assuming this is connected. It could be completely different. But shortly after...
Everything is connected.
Shortly after, we found a tape.
A tape?
We found like a cassette.
Duct masking? Oh!
Cassette tape.
Cassette tape carries much more information.
We also don't have that. My father insisted that we forget it ever happened.
So. Do you have the amulet?
We do not.
Okay. Where was this?
Do I know of any large, forests where hunting is allowed nearby?
Green Valley Grove.
Yeah, sure.
That sounds like a Muppets location.
Green Valley Grove.
That's where Sesame Street's rural spinoff takes place. Yeah. All right, Green Valley Grove Hunting Lodge. Okay, I think I've been there a couple times. That's only a couple hours away, right? Bit upstate. Yeah. Shit, I could get over there. Okay, what did you see?
So, on this tape, it mentioned something that was in... I guess I'll tell the truth about the septic tank. Can I tell him that I found, an abandoned cabin? I'm going to tell basically the truth from here, but I'm not going to mention anything about me or him being a federal agent.
Claimed to be his wife? It spoke to you?
It spoke. He told us not to look in, but my father...
stabbed someone? Oh my god. How did your dad treat his wounds?
Basically, I'm going to say it like no one else was there, and I'm going to replace Desmond with my father, yeah.
Holy shit, this is huge. Do you have any material evidence of... Can I speak to your father?
He wants to forget it ever happened. He doesn't...
Do you have medical records? Any physical evidence that could substantiate this?
That's the problem. I don't.
I want to believe you.
Do I still have any of the, we might have gotten rid of them, but do I still have, the bloody clothes in the car?
I'll say you still got a shirt. Because, your cohorts disposed of all of theirs.
Yeah. So if I still... Well, I didn't get any blood on my clothes, but they changed in the car.
Yeah, I'll say that you probably got a spat or two on you if you'd like.
Okay. Then I will, I might have some, bloody clothes in the car from the incident.
That would be perfect. That would be perfect, a visual to go along with the article. Bring it in.
Oh... Visual. Okay. I will bring it in. I'm hoping the police don't see it and are like, okay, that's
you
whatever.
can put it in a plastic bag and bring it in. He's going to be like, wow. Okay, I think I've got all the details of your story correct here. And he's gonna show you a notepad with everything written down, like accurate. And he's gonna take the shirt and he's gonna say, all right, I need a picture of this. Oh, you were out hunting, you were out camping. Anya's gonna love you. All right. Are you free tonight?
I am.
It's been a while since we've had a newcomer, but some of the other folks who like to look beyond what the media tells us, we're having a get-together tonight. Joel hosts us every Saturday, and we'd like to, have a couple beers and talk things over.
Yeah, of course.
I'd love for them to meet you. What's your name again?
Skip Thomas.
Brennan.
Nice to meet you.
He's gonna say, all right, look, it's been so good talking to you. I want to get all these details, and Joel is gonna call out from the back, Brennan! Gray Man 3 display case 2 needs polishing. Fuck. All right, I gotta go. 9 o'clock tonight.
I'll be there, and I'll get a subscription. I'll get the first issue of your magazine.
Oh, awesome. Do you have an address? I can. You have our phone number. You call us.
I will. Will do.
He's gonna go back to his work, and you just spend a day in York, Pennsylvania, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Eat lunch in a local diner, maybe see a movie, and then at 9 o'clock, you're ready. So at this point, the shop's been closed for about a half hour. Joel is cleaning things up. He's polishing the window. He's counting the bills he made from sales today. Well, let's see, how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 other people, Brennan included. So 4 new faces are sitting in the folding chairs that have been set up in the middle of the open area at the front of the store. There are mostly younger folks in their late 20s to early 30s. There's one real young kid, probably like 22, 23, sitting in one of the folding chairs, and then an older guy in his mid-50s who just comes in and he sets down a couple packs of beer and he just sits in one of the folding chairs.
Got it.
All right, and Brennan's going to see you through the window and his face is going to light up. He's going to open the door for you and it's going to bing. He's going to say, come on in, Skip.
I'm going to kind of be quiet. I'll follow him. I'm just here to see what's going on.
Okay. So sitting down, Brennan's going to say, all right, well, I hope everyone had a good week. As you all see, we managed to get a new member with a new lead on board. But I guess first, has anyone gotten any new findings in their pursuit for truth? And the young guy who is wearing a Harrisburg Community College hoodie, sitting in a folding chair and leaning out of it, is going to lean forward and he's going to say, oh yeah, Brennan, I got a big lead this time. Brennan is going to say, oh, this is Yusuf, Skip. He's one of our newer members, like yourself. Yusuf is going to lean forward and he's going to say, oh, you all saw what happened in the news last month, right? Korean Airlines Flight 7. That was not a mistake, okay? I bet you every dime that I have in the bank that Reagan and Andropov are laughing together right now waiting to launch the nukes. A commercial airliner just happens to fly into Soviet airspace. It doesn't happen. I've been tracking down the black box tape. Not the black box that you saw broadcast on CNN last night. I got leads on the real one, okay? I'm going to find this, all right? The Third World War, it's coming. He's going to look at you, Skip, and he's going to say, oh, you think this Cold War is just going to stay frosty forever? No, it's going hot real soon. Nukes could be in the air right now. They've engineered it from the ashes. The New World Order.
I'm going to look around. How is everybody else reacting?
Everybody is nodding along except for this one guy who's shaking his head in disgust.
Okay, then I'm going to nod along. If everyone else was not buying it, I'm not going to buy it, but I'll...
This guy's going to look at you nodding. He's going to... And Brennan's going to say, okay, Kurt, well, what's up with you? He's going to say, oh, come on. Reagan and Andropov are planting this? No, it's bullshit, okay? Thatcher's a reptilian. You think that this is all, human interest? That human minds have designed the Cold War? No. 1 or even a billion human brains could not do the calculations required to bring about a new order from a Third World War. No, it's the aliens from Sumer, okay? All right? They've got plants in every major first world government. Thatcher's a reptilian. Andropov is a reptilian. Reagan is a red-blooded American. But the rest of them are all fuckers. I have been tracking down finances from a dozen different governmental departments, and, Would you know, what's your name, Skip?
Skip.
Skip, would you know that billions of dollars a year in resources, in minerals, in electricity, in water, in food, agricultural production, just vanish, unaccounted for? Where's it going? Below the earth. That's where the Sumer reptiles are processing it to send back to the home world.
The earth is hollow.
There you go. See? You got a fast one here, Brennan. Look, did you know that the Pentagon every single year loses $12 billion in bureaucratic incompetence? Where does that go? Black box budgets. The reptilians are funding their operations, alright? Men in the shadows, black helicopters. It's all coming, Skip. We gotta be fucking prepared. It's not Reagan and Andropov. It's all one reptilian hive mind, man. And at this point, the only woman sitting in the group, in her mid-30s, wearing a camouflage t-shirt and jeans with a large, combat knife sheath at her side, is going to lean forward and she's going to say, "You all are a bunch of little bitches. Oh, you sit back in your armchairs and do financial research and dig through libraries? I'm the only one here with a lick of experience in the genuinely unreal." And Brennan is going to say, "Oh, don't discount old Joel. Oh, Joel doesn't even believe in his own shit anymore. Look, I'm the only one that's made eye-to-eye contact with a real-life cryptid." And Brennan's going to say, "All right, here we go. Yeah, I may as well tell Skip." She's going to lean forward and he's going to say, oh yeah. Back in 73, all right, I was out camping right on the border of Canada, up in northern Idaho. A lot of thick trees up there. And all of a sudden, my brother Eddie, who I'm camping with, has to go take a leak. So he walks out into the tree line and suddenly the wind dies right down. I look into the tree line and I make eye contact with two glowing eyes, 8 feet up in the air. I freeze. I want to call out for Eddie, but I can't. I'm just frozen there. It takes a step towards me, almost into the light, and then I hear its head moves. And it makes eye contact with where I know Eddie is behind me, and it starts moving through the tree line around the clearing. At that point, I'm able to get control of my motor function as I dive for the gun. Bang! Bang! I crack off 2 shots at the thing, and it bolts off into the woods. Eddie comes running out to ask what's up. I chased that thing for 5 hours, sprinting through brush and thicket, over canyon, through river. I almost got it. If it wasn't for my goddamn job, I'd have it by now. Every few summers, I'm able to scrape together enough money. It's been a few years, but this next one, it's surefire. I got a proper lead on the Sasquatch this time. I know exactly where Bigfoot is. You hear about that big accident up in Washington? Northern Cascades National Park. You heard about this one? Yeah, 6 rangers and almost a dozen campers killed. They blame it on bad weather and a bear attack. It was a fucking Sasquatch, alright? Almost brought down a fucking helicopter. And she's going to recline back in her chair, and Brennan's going to say, "All right, well, I guess you've met the folks at this point." And the 5th man, the man in his mid-50s in his stained black hoodie and sweatpants, has been sitting quietly this whole time, patchy stubble over his face. Brennan's going to say, "Okay, why don't we let our new guy have a turn? Skip?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you tell him what you saw?"
Okay. So here I'm going to tell the same story that I told him, but I'm not going to give as many details.
Yeah, you're just like, we found an amulet, you're not going to give the shape.
Yeah.
And there was a zombie. Are you going to say it claimed to be his wife?
I'll say that. I think it'll really hook them. They'll get interested in that.
All right.
My main goal here is try to see if, the scarecrow and, the, amber, see if that has any, symbolism in the occult.
The dude in his mid-50s who's been looking at your shoes is going to make eye contact with you at the mention of amber and scarecrow. And he's going to be intently listening to the rest of your story.
Yeah, and I'm going to pretty much say the same thing. I'm going to say that what actually happened? Did we end up setting the thing on fire?
Yeah, you burned it straight to the ground.
I'm gonna say we also burned the amulet. That's the best
But you didn't
way.
In real life. In real life, Derek Slaughter has the amulet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think of a way to excuse the fact that I don't have it.
Yeah, okay.
My father thought it was best to burn it. Because
So
he doesn't believe in the occult. He wanted to put it all behind him.
Kurt, Yusuf, and Anya are going to be very dismissive of the story. They're going to be like, "Oh, that's bullshit. That's nothing compared to our experiences with the unnatural." And Brennan's going to be super eager, and he's writing it down again to make sure he has all the details. And at that point, everyone's kind of said their unnatural piece, given updates on their personal projects. Joel is going to switch on the corner big TV that's hanging from the center to a taping of today's baseball game. Everyone's just going to start mumbling to each other and cracking beers and watching the game.
I'm going to stay for a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I should probably talk to the guy. Yeah.
All right, sure.
The guy that, like, looked at me when I mentioned.
Yeah, it's the guy in his mid-50s, dressed kind of sloppily with stubble. You know, he's very sweaty, bald head, patchy beard, and a duffel bag.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be like, hey, I noticed you seemed interested in my story. Did you have any, like, you seem like you might know what's going on.
No, I just have an interest in this sort of thing. That's all.
I see. But you didn't seem very interested until, like, halfway through.
I've heard. I thought I've heard it all before. You're a very engaging storyteller. I was thinking about the game. I wasn't listening until about halfway through. I don't even remember what you were talking about at that point.
Do you know anything about the scarecrow?
Well, you mentioned. What about you saw a scarecrow? I thought it was a zombie you saw.
Yeah. Oh, well, it was on the amulet.
Oh, the necklace. Right, yeah, I forgot about the necklace. I forgot about the necklace.
I thought you might have known something about it.
No, I'm just here to drink.
I thought it might have some kind of occult symbolism, so that's really what I'm looking around for. I want to look deeper into this thing. I thought there might be some, like, cult of the scarecrow or something bringing people back to life.
You're hoping for info?
Yeah.
So you don't know anything about it, do you?
I just stumbled across it. I have no idea what it was.
Okay.
That's why we burned it. Best not to know.
And he's gonna sink at the words "we burned it." He's going to, like, retract into himself for a quick moment, and he's gonna well back a tear in his right eye, and he's gonna look back up. He's gonna say, "Okay. Well, I'm glad you tied up all those loose ends, right? Last thing we want is the unnatural world leaking into our own." It's a fun ghost story.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna do well with Brennan's magazine.
I have 10% in it, but can I roll human intelligence?
For what?
I want to see, like, I don't know. He seems very odd. I want to see if I can try and figure out
go ahead and roll human.
Like, what's wrong with him. Because I'm almost positive he's lying.
I think you might.
I could.
Oh, that was 0-0. It's a dirty die. Roll it again.
It rolled on a 10, but
still would have been a fail.
Oh, yeah,
see if you get the 0-0 again.
No.
So close. I mean, you're not going to be able to glean anything that you are not able to glean from this.
I got it.
So we'll say if you have something, you have it in character as well.
So I noticed him kind of seem disappointed when I said I burned it.
Crestfallen. Visibly depressed.
I'm debating whether or not I pull him aside and just tell him the full truth. And that I didn't actually burn it. But I know Derek would not want me to do that. But I'm kind of more curious than... I kind of want to know more.
At this point, he has turned and he's watching the game. And he's just trying to ignore you. But I mean, I'm not saying you can't engage with him. Just describing what's happening.
Okay. I'm just going to try and... I guess I'm going to pester him a little bit more.
Okay, pester me.
Are you sure you don't know anything else about it?
Pretty sure. I'm not as well versed.
If you knew anything else about it, I might have some more details that I didn't disclose.
Like what?
During the telling of the story.
Like what? Like what, Skip?
I may not have burned the necklace thing.
Do you know where it is? Hey, Brennan, I forgot. I have some errands to take care of. I gotta head home a little early today. I'm gonna give our new friend Skip a ride. He's going to say, "Okay, thanks, Stan, and thanks for bringing the beer again. You know, we always appreciate it." And he's going to say, "Yeah, put the rest in the fridge." And he's going to take one for the road, and he's going to lead you into the, small little parking lot that's shared by several stores in the area, where he's got an old, 1970, he's got a 1961 old station wagon, 2-decade-old station wagon. He's going to get in the front seat. Unlock the passenger side door for you and wait for you to get in.
I'll get in. I trust this guy for some reason.
And so he's gripping the wheel incredibly hard and just sweating. And he's going to look around, double check that all the windows are rolled up, and he's going to turn on the radio and keep it to a low volume just in case. He's going to kick the air conditioning up to full, even though it's pretty chilly out already.
Yeah.
And he's going to say, "My son was born on December 20th, 1961. 4 pounds, 9 ounces. Smaller than the other kids from day one. Wasn't the smartest or the most athletic, but God, I loved Elliot. I felt like I had been made for fatherhood,
Mm-hmm.
catch and baseball and bikes. It was natural. But he was taken from me. Hit by a drunk driver, out biking with his friends on December 17th, 1972, a few days before his 11th birthday. Yeah, I kicked drinking when he was a baby. I figured it'd help me focus, but picked right back up where it left off. I would have done anything to see him just one more time. Let him know I love him. I scoured every corner of the earth. Ouija boards, seances, prayer, meditation. I just needed one more minute with him. And then I met a man in Miami. Called himself half doctor, half priest. He didn't have any real credentials, and the whole operation screamed organ harvester, but I was desperate. He told me for a small sum of money and the body of the deceased, he could return a corpse to life. I gave him everything I had. In the dead of night, I pried my son's skeleton from the grave. Within a few hours, the doctor, the madman, he had him back for me. My Elliot was alive. I embraced him. I never wanted to let go again. I stole him away into my home. I wasn't sure how I'd explain it to the police or to insurance, but I didn't care. My son was alive. I left him in the basement, locked him to go stock up on groceries. I didn't have a plan, but I just needed to hunker down for a few weeks and figure this all out. When I got back, my home had been broken into. My son was gone. On my home security camera, I saw a man in a suit knock on my door, pick the lock, leave 5 minutes later with my son holding his hand. Obviously, I couldn't go with the police on this. They'd think I was insane. When I returned to the doctor that afternoon, I found a crime scene. He'd been killed in a robbery gone wrong. The shop burned down a week later when the bakery next door caught on fire. I didn't have much to go off of, but I vowed I'd find the fucker that took my son. And to this day, I'm still searching. He's one of the first real leads I've got. The doctor, he wore an amulet. Scarecrow, wicker, amber gem encased inside. What do you know?
I trust you are not gonna... I can trust you, right?
What do you know, Skip?
I may have not told the truth in there. For obvious reasons. So, I might be working with the government.
Okay.
It might ease you a little bit to know that the government does have a branch that is working towards investigating the unnatural occurrences.
And tears are streaming out of his head as you're saying this. Okay.
We were sent to investigate the death of an agent. A guy. Working for said military branch. And,
Clyde Bowman.
Yeah.
IRS accountant. You were working alongside Montgomery Maverick, Desmond McMahon, and an unnamed fourth conspirator.
Yeah.
He broke into the house, I'm assuming because he had documentation?
Yes, we were sent to retrieve.
Oh my god, I was right. And he's gonna lock the doors, and he's gonna turn to you, and he's gonna say, how long have you been a part of this?
Just a couple weeks. I don't know much. They keep it very under wraps. I'm brand new. It was my first...
Okay. Where is it?
Where's the necklace?
No! The agency! Where is it?
It's all over. It's the...
Give me a building. Where's the headquarters? Where do you go? Where do you report to? Who do you report to? I need names. Fuck! I need names. And he's going to reach over you into the glove compartment where papers are crammed in, and he's going to pull out a legal pad and a pencil. Names! Addresses! Now!
I can tell you, but you can't tell anybody. You can keep it written down, but you can't tell anybody.
Addresses now.
I'm going to... What's the first building we went to that's not the one in Columbus?
Arlington, Virginia IRS office.
I'm going to tell him that one. I'm not going to tell him the Columbus one. And I'm just going to... What names do I give? I'm going to say I wasn't I wasn't given any names, except for the people that were working alongside.
Who's working alongside you? What's the name of the fourth conspirator?
Julianne Claremont.
What's her occupation?
She works for the Library of Congress, right?
Yes.
Yeah. As far as I know, we were kind of all plucked from other government jobs and thrown into this like a couple weeks ago. I don't know anything other than that.
Oh my god.
They were all using like code names and stuff.
Skip. I don't know how to tell you this, but you're working for bad people. I've been tracking for 10 years. I've been grasping at straws. They do a really good job covering their tracks. I've picked up what I suspect are a few cases they might have dabbled with, but they'll kill, burn, torture, maim, anything. You're working for terrorists.
I know, we had to kill cops. I mean, I didn't shoot anybody. You saw the news, I assume.
This is a war, Skip. It's okay if you shoot someone as long as they're on the wrong side. Take me to this building in Arlington, Virginia. Direct me.
I don't want to be put in danger.
I'm sorry, Skip. And he's going to reach into his chair and pull out a handgun.
Okay. I will take you there. I'm going to direct him.
All right. And he is with his, he's got the gun on his lap the entire drive. And it's going to be, probably an hour or two to get to Arlington, Virginia. Just driving through the night over interstates and highways. He is, he is alternating between sobbing and laughing the entire drive, and he's sweating profusely the whole time. And you're eventually going to pull up outside the IRS office, and he's going to stop right in front of it. Notably, despite it not being a very densely commercialized area, every single red light has a traffic cam on it in this region. And he's going to stop. He's going to look out. He's going to say, "It's in here?"
Yeah.
It all makes sense. It all makes sense. Okay, Skip. I need to show you something. And he's going to turn around, double back, and begin driving. Hey, Skip. Earlier you said you didn't know any names. Was that true?
No.
What names do you have?
I believe this guy. I believe that the government is evil because the government's always evil.
Yeah.
Especially in science fiction, and that's what Skip likes. So I'm going to say, what names do I? Oh wait, I have some.
Derek Slaughter, George Roman, Ivan, no last name.
Yeah, Ivan.
And he's asking for a physical description. You're giving that as well?
Yeah. Slaughter is the little weird guy. Ivan is the big scary guy, and then the other guy was an old guy, right?
Yes.
That's what I'll tell him. Any other details that I might remember also. So, I have an idea for you.
Okay, I'm listening.
I don't want to be hunted by the government. And I'm sure you don't either.
No, I don't.
And so, I see you have a gun. I don't want you to do anything rash. Because we both know if you went in there alone, or I assume you wouldn't do that, but I don't think it'll turn out well for either of us. So I would like to suggest maybe I work as an informant for you, and I keep doing my job there, and I return to you when I get new information.
Informant, that could work.
And I swear by...
At this point, you've driven sort of rurally, patch of farms, patch of trees, and he's going to say, okay, I finally get to show someone. He's going to stop the car, and he's going to say, okay, out there in the middle of that clearing. Go on.
What's up there?
Go on.
I'm going. I'm going.
He's going to step out of the car, still pointing the gun at you, and he's going to say, open the trunk.
I'll open it.
Duffel bag.
I'll take it.
Open it. There's about $20,000 in cash and low-denomination bills, 3 additional handguns, a crowbar, and a shovel. Take the shovel, Skip.
Okay.
Head out in the middle of the clearing.
I will go.
Skip, I want you to start digging.
Yeah. I'll dig.
You've done a very good thing for justice today, Skip. But I don't know you. Now you know me, okay? I'm sorry, but the only man in the world I can trust is myself. Your sacrifice is going to be worth it if you mean the truth. And if you don't mean the truth, well, it's just another one of those stooge fucks dead.
I can tell you more. Don't shoot me, please.
Skip. You have to understand that whether or not you're telling the truth, whether or not you really trust me is irrelevant. Even if there's a 90% chance that you're not truly one of them, that's a risk I can't take. You've given me enough to take the fight to them, to have a shot at getting my son back. I'm not willing to take a 10%, 1%, 1 in a million chance that I'm not going to see my son again. So you're going to start digging.
I think I can help you. I'm going to dig.
You're going to start digging.
I'm digging.
You said you have more to tell me? Then tell me it.
I don't want you to kill me.
Tell me it, Skip!
I don't want to die. Please.
You don't want to die, Skip.
I can help you. I'm on your side.
Then help me.
Anything I can
What
do
haven't
to
you
prove,
been telling me?
Anything I can do to prove that I am on your side, I will do it. I will go through any test. I will do anything. I just don't want to die.
You want to prove you're on my side? Then you'll die for the fucking cause!
If I die, you're gonna die. You can't do this alone.
If you die, they have nothing on me.
You can't do this by yourself.
I've been doing it by myself for 10 years, Skip. 10 years. Yeah, I've met other people like you. They always turn out to be in it for the money or pursuing some kind of local police investigation or some kind of group of school kids doing a joke.
I just
think crazy old Kovac! No more, Skip. No more gambles. No more risks. Alright?
Okay.
Okay? You with me?
Yeah.
Then dig the fucking grave!
I'm gonna keep digging, I guess.
Kovac is smiling and whispering to himself, like walking back and forth, as for 10 years of fervent investigation, he actually has enough genuine evidence to go off of, having the gun lazily trained at you all the while.
Okay. So he's like walking back and forth.
He's got his gun trained on you about 10 feet back, and his breathing is slowly going to begin steadying.
So he's
going
far
to begin
away.
sweating less profusely.
Okay. Did I see at the thing how much he had to drink? Did he drink?
3 beers.
Okay.
And he's gonna say, Skip, you've been good to me. And he's gonna take out a cigarette and he's gonna toss it to you. Do you have a light on you?
I do not.
He's gonna toss a lighter towards you as well. Every man's entitled to a last smoke. Okay?
I don't want to die.
Skip.
I really want to help you. I believe you.
I don't want to kill you, but we both know what's gonna happen if there's 2 of us.
You can, like, lock me up. Do anything. I can...
Skip, human beings are always information permeable. I can't trust you. Even if I could trust you 100% now, I couldn't in the future.
You can keep me, like, in your basement for all I care. I just want to help. I want to help. I don't have to do anything. I just want to help you and I don't want to die. You can keep me captive. I can read your documents. I can analyze...
Skip, a man sitting before the barrel of a gun will say anything to stop it from going off.
I can't disagree with you there, but I'm completely truthful.
Skip, I want you to roll persuade.
Oh, no, I don't think I have a good persuade.
You probably don't. And, by the way, at this point, looking back, the grave is complete.
No! It's 20, so...
So wait, before you roll, what are you saying for the persuade here?
I believe you, and I want to help. I'll fight against the government. I'll stay by your side. I know that I can't completely prove myself to you. I know there have been others, but I will do what I can, and I want to help. And there are other offices, and I have the passcode too. I can help you get in.
Roll them. What's your persuade?
20.
Alright, you've been fully truthful with this guy. I'm going to give you plus 20% on this roll, Skip.
Okay.
Skip, you're going to want a 40 or lower.
No!